Should you wave your hands when you're making your YouTube video, or maybe you have to keep them still and don't use them at all? Let's talk about that. So why sometimes the gestures is a good thing to do, and why sometimes maybe you don't need to use them, or maybe you have to use them, but you have to use them a certain particular way so that the gestures will not be distracting for the viewers, but actually they will help to deliver your story. They will help you to engage your audience in your message. The first questions come to my mind is why people usually use gestures. And you probably would be surprised, but people use gestures in their daily life all the time. When we're trying to say something was that big, or maybe that small, or maybe the person was that tall, or maybe he was short. And probably we can say something was like moving so quickly, or maybe something was moving slowly. So we use gestures to help us to deliver the story to our viewers. I think it's a much better idea to use the gestures in your videos than not, because when you use the gestures, it will help you, in my opinion, to be more straight to the point. It will make you more visual, so it will be more clear, and I think you would be able to deliver your message to your viewers more effectively versus when you just place your hands still and don't gonna use them at all. But if you want to use your gestures, you need to be just mindful how to use them. The first rule is thinking about your framing. Currently, you can see me from my bottom to my head and have some space over here. And it means I can use my hands around this area with no problem. People can see my hands and they will be not distracted. Also, don't hold your hands too stiff. Don't make the fist unless you're making some good point. Keep your hands, your palms relaxed and open. So this will help for your viewers to feel comfortable around you, because especially open hands, they deliver openness. People will trust the people when you talk to them, and in your gestures, use open palms. Just keep them relaxed. That's super easy. The next thing you need to think about is that when you use the gestures, especially in the video, don't use them around your face so that you'll not cover your mouth, you'll not cover your eyes, because you would lose the eye contact with the audience and it will look a little bit awkward. Also, don't use kind of this really awkward and stiff gests. Be more relaxed, be more fluid, just natural. That's why practice, that's the key. You can practice in front of the mirror, for example, or you can practice in front of the camera. And I also think people can overthink how to use the gestures. On YouTube, you'll see different ideas what particular gestures means. And there is a truth to this, but you don't have to overthink. And usually people in 90%, they would use the gestures naturally, and they would not even think about the gestures, how they use them. And I'm sure that all of you can use simple gestures like show 1, 2, 3, maybe to show directions. The person went that way, another person go in that direction. Or again, as I mentioned at the beginning, we can show the sizes, big, small, tall, short. Sometimes you would maybe describe somebody's achievements. You would say, first I was here, then I went there, then I went there, and then I went all the way to the top, for example. But also be cautious right now. I just went out of the frame. Be cautious of your frame and try not to extend your hands like behind the frame, because in this case, it will look awkward and not natural. That's why the best thing you can do and feel safe once you frame yourself, for example, from your elbows to the top of your head, just keep your elbows sometimes close to your body and wave your hands around this kind of area, an imaginary area, and you'll be safe. Sometimes people like to use these gestures when they're trying to put you in a box or in a similar nature. But usually, if you're going to use your hands around this perimeter, you almost kind of glue your elbows to your body, and you start using your palms to show what you are talking about. And also, don't think that you have to always move your hands all the time like this. It can look also be distracting. So sometimes you can just slow down and don't use the gestures at all. Sometimes you can use them to show the idea. And also, of course, it's going to depend on the personality. Some people are going to be more effective with this or not. Another plus to use the gestures would help you to get rid of the monotone. When you start using gestures, your voice will go maybe down, your voice will go up, you will speed up, you will slow down. All these little things will help you to get rid of the monotone of your voice. And another thing, usually, if you want to be more energetic in your videos and you want to deliver some happy or motivation video, the gestures are a very great tool to use to be more energetic and deliver that energy to your viewers behind the camera or behind the screen. And to summarize this video, why I think you should use the gestures, but with the caution. So gestures help to be more energetic. They help you to get rid of the monotone. They also help you to build your story, to visualize your words, because you can show the ball, you can show the sizes and counts, many things like a speed, slow, fast, because your hands will help to visualize your words. That's why you use them for. Also, people will feel more related to you, because sometimes I can even try to reach people, and this will help audience to feel more connected to you. But you need to be aware of your frame. So don't extend your arms off the frame. Also, don't use your hands like too actively, because you would feel like in a rush or nervous. And also don't use your gestures around your face area, because you can block your mouth, you can block your eyes, and this would be very distracting for your viewers. But other than that, I think gestures is a very great tool and powerful tool to use, especially with the talking head videos when you try to tell a good story and to be as clear as possible to the viewers. Because again, gestures, they help to build your story and visualize that story, not only with your words, but also with your hands, because you start drawing the pictures for your viewers. But all of this was just my humble opinion about the gestures, and I would like to know, what do you think about the gestures? Do you like when your favorite YouTubers would use the hands, or you would prefer somebody will just be still and don't move the hands at all? Please leave a comment below and let me know what do you think about that. And also please let me know if gestures help you to feel more comfortable in front of the camera. And if you don't feel comfortable in front of the camera or feel super nervous, please watch this video. I think this would help you a lot to feel more comfortable in front of the camera and just love to be on the camera as well.